Hey everybody, JP here. Once again, we're at NAB 2025. I'm here on the floor with Nick from Advanced Image Robotics. Nick, thanks for joining me.
Well, thanks for having me.
I appreciate it. It's awesome. Nick, for people who aren't familiar with Advanced Image Robotics and what you guys are developing, because that's kind of the really exciting part of this video is seeing some of the technologies that's coming about in terms of the industry for remote productions and those type of environments. And so maybe just take a moment to share about your role already at the company and what you guys do.
Yeah, so I'm the chief product officer and kind of the chief madman behind its creation. Lots of help from everybody else on the team, obviously. But basically what we're doing here is we've created a digital cinema camera that's an IoT device. So you have a digital cinema camera, lens, zoom motor on a 3-axis gimbal robot that you can control from anywhere with a touchscreen. So that's what the iPad is for. You can connect the robot to an Ethernet on a LAN or also on a WAN outside network. Automatically will connect to the mothership VPN to allow you to control it from anywhere. This last summer we had robots at the Olympics in Paris, and I was in San Diego controlling them from there. I easily could have shot, several of the events from there. They actually had people on-prem, but we were remoting in to, help set it up.
Just kind of help support them and do everything.
So there's really the restriction on how far away you can control it from is really based more on the network conditions than geography. But the idea is it's a simple touchscreen. I can drag in whatever direction. Double tap to focus. Zoom is here. Usually I'll drive this with 2 fingers. But really the big difference between this and the PTZ is the quality of the image coming out of it and the smoothness of movement. You see, this is very organic. It feels like a human's operating. The human is operating the robot, not a robot operating a robot. It also has easing. So if I'm going to do, I have 40 different recalls I can set for a robot. So you can double tap and it's going to go back to that position with easing in and out.
Which is key in terms of the production, because I think everybody's been kind of concerned with the AI component and different parts of that implementation is like my job's going away. It's really not. It's transitioning and you're providing capabilities to give them actually more control, more ways to create.
Well, we do have AI, which I'll show you here in a minute.
That's
But here's the deal. AI is not going to take your job. The person who knows how to run AI is the person that's going to take your job. So you should really be paying attention to these tools coming up, learn to use them because they're going to change the business. It's going to change how we're working. We're going to go from an environment where you have a dedicated single operator for every camera to, what I call the robot conductor, where one person is running multiple robots. I have a bunch of examples I can show you here with tennis and the NBA, where I am remotely controlling from San Diego, robots running AI in other places, where I'm basically setting the robot up and telling it what to do, and then it's executing. Basically, it's capturing the images that are in my brain to tell the story. That's the thing that the robot can't do. Like people think, like camera operators think their value is in manually knowing how to manipulate these things, and it is a value, but the real value is knowing what the shots are to tell the story. And the AI is not there yet, and I don't know if it'll ever get there. No, I think
it maintains that the experience and the creativeness and the expertise that come into that person in it from the mind, what they're looking for, that eyeballing what in terms of the production setup.
Well, let me show you the AI, because that's really the cool thing.
Key one.
So on our website, you can go to our YouTube channel. It's YouTube @AI Robot and see a bunch of these demos. They look really terrible right now because of the connection speed in here. But here's a really good example of what it can do in the real world. So this is end of a Golden State Warriors game. We know Steph is going to take the shot. So basically what we do, take the AI, put it on Steph, and say, track him through the end of the game. Traditional computer vision cannot do this. What we've done is we've built a visual language model. You've heard of an LLM. This is a VLM. So it's a visual language model that actually has semantic understanding of what it looks, of what it's looking at. It knows the difference between Steph and the other players. It's not just his outline. It is a bunch of characteristics about him. So, and it immediately groks this from the minute you pick him as a target. So you can have a situation like this where Steph is on the floor with multiple other players that are dressed identically to him. Occlusions are happening where things are other players are coming in front of him, or here at the end where there's 50 people on the court. it's persistently going to be able to track him. And that's the thing for me that's exciting about this is traditional computer vision is great, but if I have to touch it every 10 seconds to get it to reacquire the target, it's not really autonomous.
Right.
This is autonomous. There's another example in here where it runs for, I don't know, 7 or 8 minutes of actual gameplay where it's on him the whole time.
It just kind of tracks the whole process in terms of the game and experience it that way. Which is really unique. I think that's kind of one of the things I'm very excited about with the product, and that in looking at this and seeing some of the examples that I've seen online, and we've talked already previously, and how these are being deployed for sports production, a variety of different type of scenarios that you could definitely implement this, right?
And that's the cool thing is you don't have to train it. If you go on here, you can see a bunch of other examples. One of our earliest customers, this guy's a great business doing dog agility competitions all over the world. The robot had never seen a dog before, but he, early demo, we said, okay, well, let's try it. We put it out to, put it in his hands. He literally goes and lassos the dog. And because it's not just identifying humans and tracking them, it can basically track anything. Any object that you identify, there's like 14,000 different ones you can pick from a database to track. But in this particular situation, tracking the dog.
Right.
And here's the other unique thing. You might have just seen there, it just lassoed the trainer. So now it's going to keep the dog and the trainer in frame as they're running around. So don't necessarily need sport-specific training, don't necessarily need object-specific training about what it's looking for to track, and it will understand. And here's the other thing that's crazy. It actually learns as it goes along. So if that trainer were to put on a jacket or a hat or whatever, it doesn't matter. It will recognize that person it's tracking has changed their appearance and keep with them. Lighting changes, all of that other stuff that traditional computer vision fails, this persists.
That's fantastic. I'm just I'm super stoked about this just because I'm thinking of so many different things, and the ability to be able to have the iPad and integrate and even ship this to anywhere, deploy it easily, right? We've talked about that, and we'll put some links on the website for people to go check out online to be able to look at even how this gets deployed into case, right?
Yeah,
you can
right here.
Which is
literally
right there.
This is your shipping case, and this is when you get the unit. This is what you get. You get robot, camera, lens, iPad, power supplies, dongles to connect it all. You can take it out of the box and plug it in, and it's ready to shoot in 30 seconds.
Wow, that's awesome.
So
I'm excited.
All that time that we've spent over the years, where we pull it out of the case, it takes half hour, 45 minutes to set it up. I was tired of that. I wanted something you just pull out,
something
and go.
Easy.
Yeah, pull out and go. Yeah.
Well, I'm excited. Hey, everybody, we're going to put some links in the description. If you have any questions for Nick or anybody from the team at Air or Advanced Image Robotics, we'll make sure and get those over to you. Share your thoughts, because I think I'm really excited about this. I'm excited. Thank you, Nick, for your time on this, because I think everybody should get excited about some of these tools to help us do our job better, give us more options to pivot, right?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. We're constantly being asked to do more with less, right? Budgets are under extreme pressure. We still want to produce quality content,
right?
And it's difficult to do that with the traditional tools that we've had. We've kind of reached the bottom of scaling that capability down, and the productions really suffer now.
Right.
When you reach that bottom point and keep pushing down. The idea behind what we're doing at Air is to give you better tools to still produce content at a high quality, at a high level, but with fewer resources.
That's fantastic. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate it, man. Thanks.
Yep.
Again, if anybody has any questions, please let us know. Share them. Send it to me. We'll get you connected with Nick or anybody in the team from Air, and we will talk to you in the next video.